Hey, directors, it's Dwayne Huff with Band Leadership Seminars, Band Leadership Online. Wanted to go live today to talk to you. I realize many of you are in class right now. You might be catching this on the live. If you are, say hello. And before I jump in here, quick announcement. I'm doing something brand new this year. I am doing some live events free on my dime in a way to announce a brand new offering that I have called Band Leadership Online 2.0. So if you'd like to check that out, it's time sensitive. Run over, I got the link somewhere here that you can click through and see a quick video, 7-minute video about that. If you've ever thought about working with me live or virtually, this is the time to do it. Check that out. I put it all together. But I wanted to go live and talk specifically about how to get everyone in your band working together successfully this marching season. Obviously, starting right now, the sooner we start, the better it is. I know a lot of you are coming back from spring break. Today's April Fool's Day, but that offer is not, so go check it out. But I know some of you are turning the page right now and starting to select, vet, choose your leaders, train, and develop them. And if you haven't already, you can run over to bandleadershipseminars.com. I've got a brand new free mini course that's packed with videos that you can train and develop your leaders, the ones that you've just selected, get them ready to go. In the spirit of that, I wanted to dig a little bit deeper about, let's assume for a second that you do have that free mini course, or you have my online course, or you work with me live. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to, the way that we get them all working successfully together on the same page, pulling the same direction, squashing the drama, minimizing the conflicts, maximizing rehearsal time, because everybody's head's in the game consistently throughout the year. I know that sounds impossible. That's a big claim, but I've seen it. That's the feedback I've gotten from the band directors. And here's how you accomplish it. Now, you can send your leaders to a drum major camp or a student leadership camp. And there's a ton of great ones out there. I highly recommend that you do, right? But that's not enough. Or if you bring them out to see Dr. Tim live, which I highly recommend you do. The dude's a legend, as you well know, and they get great value and benefit from it. But if you just send your drum majors and just send your leaders, you're going to have a gap between where they are and where the rest of your band is. And it's going to be very hard, no matter how good they are, no matter how good you are, to bridge that gap and get them all on the same page. Let me back up here for a second. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dwayne Huff, Band Leadership Seminars, as I mentioned before. I'm a 9-time student leader, 6-time drum major. 7 years ago, I launched out to travel the country and bring the lessons that I'd learned along the way since I'd been a leader to band programs so that they could help make their leadership and their team building experiences much greater. And bands that are successful have good programs, have it running, and are just, crushing it, still reach out to me and say, hey, Dwayne, how do we shore up this leadership thing? How do we get our team, family, community, environment working to where everybody's cohesive, everybody's on the same page, everybody's pulling together so we can take it to whatever next level is, whether that's competitive, whether that's festivals and competitions, whether that's Bands of America, Grand Nationals, whatever the case might be. And they ask me, they say, Dwayne, how do we bridge this gap? How do we get them all on the same page? How do we create that consistency? And here's what I tell them. Number one, you've got to get everybody in your band in the same room, on the same page, learning the same lessons, principles, around 3 basic cores. Number one, connection. We've got to get these kids connecting out of their cliques, connecting with each other on a real way, on an authentic way, building relationships. And number 2, communicating with each other other than just on the phone. And number 3, learning how to collaborate, working through the challenge, the struggle, the pain, the difficulties so they can surface on the other side. And that starts with giving them all the same foundation in principles that they can see visually but understand practically, right? And so imagine for a second you do have that mini course. I encourage you to get it. It's free, bandleadershipseminars.com. And before I forget, there's a link here in the video. I'm doing something brand new this year. I'm doing some live events on my dime, which means free. And it's a way that I'm launching a new program called Band Leadership Online 2.0. So if you want to learn more about that, it's time sensitive. Run up to that link. Check it out. I got a 7-minute video that will explain it. But if I have them all in the same room and I teach them the same principles and they're all on the same page, and then I work them through activities and teach backs and Q&A that get them to really action the stuff we're talking about together in real time, all of a sudden, it's not just theory. It's not just rah-rah. It's not just hype. It's not just motivation. It's transformation. That's why I do 8-hour live events. And my online course, the full one, is an 8-hour experience. But there's another piece to it. I took some notes here, so I didn't miss any part. You get them all in the same room. You teach them the same principles, the same concepts, the same ideas together to where they have a common language and you have a common language that you're talking with them through. But the second thing is you have to facilitate the conversations that surface as a result of the lessons, the principles, the practice, the activities, the games that you bring them through. In that multi-course, in that mini course that I have that's free of charge to you, I have a video just for you called How to Teach Your Students Leadership, and I give you a roadmap about how you can do this with your band. But even the best applied plan will not work if you don't get in there and facilitate conversations. In other words, teach them a lesson, let them practice it out, let them talk about it, and then ask them questions that get you to see where their head is, what they're thinking, where the gaps are, and where the challenges are that you can redirect. And number 3, in order to make this a strong, cohesive leadership team and a band program that will work together strong in a strong, successful way coming this marching band season, the third thing you have to do, and if you leave this out, it's not going to work, is you've got to co-create the experience with them. Now, as a band director, you have the vision. It's your responsibility. You put the show together. You choose the music. You do all the things that are important, obviously. But there's an old saying that says people support what people help create. Teenagers are no different. So it starts with your leadership team. When you sit down with them, you say, hey guys, here's the music I've selected. Here's the show we're going to do, but it's in its basic form. And what I understand and what I realize is that the collective ideas, creative expression, thoughts, suggestions from all of you guys is going to make this program, is going to make this show, is going to make this marching band experience even better than I see it right now. So here's what I need from you. I need your unfiltered suggestions, ideas, inputs, desires, needs, wants. But here's what I'll preface it by saying is the purpose of getting those from you is that, number one, it's going to strengthen and build and grow the program and make it better than I'm even seeing it right now. But the ideas, suggestions, thoughts, and concepts that you're going to come up with, that we're going to spitball, that we're going to throw out without judgment. I'm not going to judge it. You're not going to judge it. Your peers are not going to judge it. Whenever we do that in true brainstorming fashion, it's going to surface other ideas in a synergistic way. Here's what that means. 1 + 1 = 2 or more. In other words, guys, if you don't express your ideas, we don't get them. There's nothing collective that happens and the greater ideas don't come. But here's what I want you to understand, please. Don't get your feelings hurt. Don't get offended if your specific idea doesn't get applied, but we need it to make it the best it can be for the band. So people support what people help create. Make your leaders a part of that process. If you'd like my help with that, bandleadershipseminars.com, there's a red link. Get the free mini course and you can bring your students through this. And before I forget, I'm doing something brand new this year. I am giving away some live events. I'm paying for it on my dime as a way to launch my new program called Band Leadership Online 2.0. It's time-sensitive thing, so if you'd like more information on that, there's a link here. Check that out. It's a 7-minute video explaining everything. So, number 1, get them in the same room. Number 2, teach them all the same principles, concepts. Because whenever your student leaders go away to a band camp, a drum major camp, they come back fired up. You know what happens. Within a week of band camp, their peers suck the stripes off their candy cane and just completely demotivate them and deflate them because they don't understand the value of the principles, lessons, and ideas that will make your program successful. It stays in the mind of your student leaders and you. But if they're all experiencing, all learning the core concepts of communication, connection, and collaboration, and they have a visual representation, it tends to help everybody see the bigger picture, squish the drama, make your rehearsals more effective so that you can get that band program where you want it to be, right? And remember that people support what people help create. Not only start with your leadership team, but once you've done that, have that collective conversation with the entire band, starting from your first day of band camp. Set it up the same way. Let them know, hey, look, not all of your ideas are going to get implemented, but I'd love to hear your creative ideas. Foster and facilitate those conversations so you know where their head is, and it helps you to navigate and steer. And if I can be of service to you, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Make sure you check that link out. There's a time-sensitive offer there for potentially hosting a live event on my dime at your school and introducing you to a new program called Band Leadership Online 2.0. If you like this and you like the videos that I'm sending out, like the page so you see when I go live. If you're not a band director and you're seeing this, tag a band director in this. I'm sure they'd appreciate knowing about this. And share this with a colleague that you believe can benefit, because those principles are powerful when you apply them. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments about your experience of bringing your team, your family, your community as a band together, making them work together stronger, help them to work together stronger, I'd love to hear it. So would your peers drop it in the comments, and stay tuned, because I've got some more great stuff coming your way. And whenever I hear from you, that's where these videos come from. So don't hesitate to let me know what you need, what you want, what you expect from these videos, so I can be of service to you. And if you haven't already, run over to bandleadershipseminars.com. Click on that red link. It'll get you access to the free mini course that you can start training, developing, and preparing your student leaders for the upcoming March event season. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.